Why is your computer showing you definitions of stuff?
That's my screensaver.
Why? Just 'cause?
I don't know.
Anyway, ready?
I was very confused. I went on Twitter just to see what the hot news is. And then the top trend is hashtag Warrior Cats ableism.
Why?
We're going to save that problem for later.
And we're back.
We're back. Hello.
We're going to talk about Season 1, Episode 4, Pigeon.
Pigeon.
What'd you think of this?
There's a bird in it. You see? I caught on. There's a bird in the episode, which is why they named it Pigeon. Thank you. That was a tough one for me to
But we start
parse
off
out.
in our prologue. Is ready for synopsis?
Yeah, I'm ready. Nice.
At this very moment, in the town of North Thrush, young Ned was lonely.
Aww.
Someone he loved was remembering him.
Mm-hmm.
His dog, Digby.
It's like that
In fact,
Futurama
3 days
episode,
prior,
right?
Digby had made a decision.
With a happier ending.
Wearied by his own loneliness back in Cur de Cur and sensing his master's sorrow, Digby set out on a mission.
Oh, look at him go.
Go, Digby! Good job.
Aw.
Upon doing
We have to
so,
figure out, like, if he went to
Digby
boarding
proved
school, how did he get
that
his
love
dog
can
back?
overcome any obstacle.
That's true.
The reunion was bittersweet, however, as they instantly remembered the restrictions of their friendship.
Aw.
Still, it was enough.
Aw. No. This is quite the way to my heart.
What, a dog?
Dog stories.
I like
But
that
Rybaker
Digby
did not
knows
wish
that
to be
Ned can't touch
separated
him and is
from
okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
In our prologue, basically, Ned and Digby reunite because Digby needs to find his owner.
Aw.
It's like Futurama, except slightly less depressing.
Yeah, there's a happier ending.
I've actually never watched an episode of Futurama. I just know that storyline.
Oh, yeah.
Cause
I watched Futurama.
how it's extremely sad.
Futurama was my after school show back in high school.
Isn't it like high school is probably fine.
Yeah, no, it was on like 4:00 Comedy Central.
I just know about the sad dog story.
Yeah, most of it's happy and fun and stupid and silly. They had like the one episode now that's the one everyone talks about.
Yeah.
Alas.
But Digby and Ned are reunited because you have to figure out, like, how
Yay.
did Ned get Digby back?
Right. Correct.
But they can't touch.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Digby's kind of aware of that and is, like, chill with it.
He's a very smart dog.
He is. He saved a family in a fire.
It's a very smart dog. I love you, Digby. Also, Digby looks kind of like my childhood dog growing up, so I'm like very attached to Digby right now.
See, but he's fine. Nothing bad happened to Digby ever.
Besides the one time he died. He got better, though.
But anyway, so then we go to the present day.
What are those?
Oh, I, got bit.
Those are bee stings. How'd you get stung by so many bees? And what happened to the bees that stung you? That's a suicide attack.
Not in this case. They, sort of stung me, died, then they flew away again, and some other bees died. I want to show you something.
Aww.
Bees!
Your
That's
bees.
so romantic.
Bees, you mean? You do realize that beekeeping within city limits is completely illegal.
Yes. And I'm almost sure I don't care.
Aww.
I cannot care enough for the both of us.
He's so cute. Ned and Digby into the pie hole, and Chuck is making another pie with, I think it's tart apple with some other kind of cheese baked into the crust. I think, I don't know if it's, I think I went with Gouda. I get Gouda and Gruyere confused a bunch.
I wish I knew my cheeses better.
Taste-wise, I know that they're different, and I've had both, and I know they're different, but I always get the names confused.
I could go for some Gouda right now.
I don't have any Gouda, sorry. On your way home, to stop somewhere.
I will.
Do you have your face mask with you?
I will. I always keep a mask in my car. Actually, I have 3 in my car right now.
Okay. That's it. Just put one of those on. Go to a nice cheese place that might be open. Get some. Eat
I
a
might
block
just
of it
do.
on your way home.
Oh, I would. That sounds really good.
Anyway.
Anyway.
But so then Ned comes in and he's got some like bites on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And Chuck's like, those are bee stings. Mm-hmm. And I guess like, is it still that's accurate that like when bees sting you that they die automatically? I always
correct. That's like, I think it's wasps don't, which is why they sting more. But bees, it's like a very specific self-defense thing. But then when they do it and their stinger comes out, they die.
Yeah, I forgot if like I thought I read somewhere that was a misconception, but I guess that wasn't.
Maybe that might be true. That it's not. It's a misconception.
But in here it isn't.
That was my impression.
But
I am not an entomologist.
But when the bees died and they bit because they stung Ned, they just came back to life, and then more bees.
More bees died.
But we found out, hey, why does Ned have all these bee stings? Well, he turned his rooftop into like a little beekeeper thing for Chuck.
That's really cute.
It's adorable.
Yeah. He did a very nice thing for her.
And it's a very romantic.
Very romantic gesture.
Give me it's like a bunch of bees. But it's like, hey, you know the person. Anyway, so then we go downstairs and everybody's all like happy, including Olive who comes in because she's happy because she knows a secret.
She's got knowledge.
And
Yeah, word.
Unbeknownst to Chuck, Olive understood the deliciousness of pear and Gruyere.
Thank you.
Because she secretly
I did think you could probably make
delivered
good money
that
delivering
first
pies.
mood-enhancing pie to
How do you call
Aunts
a pie?
Lily and Vivian, as she would deliver this one. But not before a collision occurred.
oh no.
Oh no.
I think she's dead. Can you feel a heartbeat?
No.
Maybe. Thump, thump. Don't be such a drama queen. Besides, it doesn't look diseased.
It's dead and it's a bird. It's diseased.
Oh.
It's
It's a miracle bird.
hey.
It's swimming in miracles, not disease.
Maybe
Sure.
I should hold it.
Oh no, really? Do you have to? She's obviously been through a lot, and she seems really happy to be here.
Having brought a dead
Pain, but what do I know? I'm not a bird.
Pigeon.
Pigeon. Pigeon toad is a child, but
Pigeons are birds though,
you sold
right?
that.
Either way, they're terrifying.
the pie maker could not afford such a luxury.
Dead bird.
Oh.
It's raining dead birds.
We see that Chuck is big. We see the finished pie, and is about to be delivered. But then Olive says like she'll take it because
She knows a thing.
And then suddenly a pigeon just like breaks into the window
Yeah.
and dies.
Oh yeah. That's rough, buddy.
And then Olive just like picks it up, and I'm like, and then like Emerson says at one point like that thing's disgusting, and I'm like, I'm with Emerson.
Yeah. No, I would not pick up a dead animal. Can't do it.
Especially a dead pigeon.
I wouldn't touch a live pigeon. I'm
No,
sorry,
'cause
pigeons.
they're covered in germs.
I don't.
But she's kind of
I like
like, Ned, can you
germs.
feel it? And we're like, no.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
But she's like, and he's like, I don't feel heartbeats, and like she's trying to like do something a bit flirtatious
Yeah.
with like grabbing his hand and like, and he's like,
He's like,
But then unfortunately she accidentally, I think Chuck technically knocks the pigeon into Ned's arm,
oh yeah.
and then it comes back to
And
life.
it comes back to life.
And we're
It's
like-
alive now.
And now Ned's concerned about the squirrel and not Emerson because, life equivalency.
Right.
So we're kind of, although like Chuck and Olive are kind of doing like a, not like weird, like, basically I was like, I recently became acquainted with some bird lovers, and then Chuck's like, oh, I know bird lovers, and like being like, yeah, I know. And meanwhile Ned's like, we're trying to get the squirrel to go away so that it won't die.
Right.
And then another bird dies.
Then another bird just falls out of the sky.
And
It's
dies.
raining dead birds.
It's raining birds. And then suddenly a crop plane,
Oh yeah, like crop duster.
a crop duster plane crashes into a building.
Yeah, just
Of an apartment
that
building.
happened.
What's going on up there?
What was going on up there was this. An out-of-control crop duster crashed headfirst into the Broadview luxury apartment.
Plane crashes into a building could mean a civil suit, criminal suit, negligence, pain and suffering, negligent, pain and suffering.
Chuck fostered her love of the law by volunteering as a stay-at-home juror for a paraplegic judge.
Oh, sorry.
Unable to catch Chuck when she fell, the pie maker was forced to step aside, allowing another man to catch her.
Welp.
Thank you. At least your collection of nautical plates survived.
Oh, unfortunate.
Those are Franklin Mint.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll be okay. I'm sure he's fine. Statistically speaking, his day can only improve. Dead pilot, on the other hand, probably has lots of last wishes.
Yeah, like maybe he wish he'd have turned left. She's got a point.
But
Don't argue with the woman. We got a dead guy to talk to.
I mean, they do. And so the pilot is dead. And his name is...
It's like Braden Cailin, isn't it?
Braden Cailin.
Yeah, great names.
Yeah, Braden Cailin.
Brandon Cailin.
And so he's dead, and then the Chuck, Ned, and everything go to the apartment. Because he crashed in the apartment of one Conrad Fitch.
Mm-hmm.
So they go into his apartment.
Yeah.
To maybe see if they can find a dead body and ask it what happened.
Right.
To get some money, even though nobody offered a reward yet.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're there, we learn that Chuck knows a lot about legal stuff. Because she was an in-home juror.
Yeah. Which is a thing, apparently.
I don't know. But then suddenly she trips and Ned can't catch her because she'd be dead.
She'd be dead.
And then, but she is caught by a decent-looking man, Conrad Fitch.
Interesting use of air quotations there. I wonder why you could be possibly doing that.
Well, anyway, so then Ned's kind of upset and like that kind of thing.
Right.
And then basically he's kind of upset because he's like saying like, "Oh my God, I lost all my stuff."
Right. Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
Yeah, because his apartment is destroyed now.
It is. So then Ned and Emerson are gonna chase the ambulance, and Chuck wants to stay with Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not?
Yeah. She wants to help.
She wants to help. I don't think she's being flirtatious about it. I think she's just
yeah.
I think she kind of misses like the feeling of like somebody like holding her romantically, and it was like that kind of was close enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which sucks.
What's a rooftop full of bees compared to someone who can catch her when she falls? I can't catch her, Emerson.
I mean, a rooftop full of bees is kind of cute.
Believed her husband was not suicidal and was, in fact, a happy man.
He was a happy man. These insurance people making assumptions about a person's disposition.
One should never assume. An insurance agent can't speak to the deceased state of mind. They didn't know the deceased. You did. Pardon me, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. I believe I could be helpful.
May I have a word with you? You making a dime concerned citizen?
Maybe one or two to rub together.
Well then, flies land on me, they pay rent.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna...
Bye! Oh. Fun.
Hello.
You the fellow that jumped on my plane?
Body they found.
And Dippy's not dead. Lucky him.
What in the hell?
The plane was hijacked.
How'd you come by that?
DNA-ish.
They go to the Ned and Emerson go to the morgue, and we find out that the life insurance policy with for Braden, it turned out that they said it was suicide, therefore his wife wouldn't get any
of the insurance money.
Which, like, I guess they just didn't want to pay it out, honestly.
Yeah, it's...
And then we go back to... We go to the morgue and we meet morgue guy. I wouldn't know if he actually has a name. I guess it's coroner.
The coroner. Morgue guy.
I think it's... Who is it playing him? Cy Richardson.
Okay.
I think he might just be a character actor because I haven't seen him in anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But, so they go to the morgue. They also see, Braden's wife, Becky.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, he was a happy man. And ever since, like, trying to finagle his way to get money. And then that's when, this is, like, the official thing of, the coroner makes a deal with Emerson that he just needs to pay if he wants to see the body.
Right.
Because we're all scummy.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Ned goes in to see the body. Mm-hmm. And I really like the effect of, like, because, like, when he comes back to life, he's got, like, all this glass in his face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It looked good, and he's kind of like...
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that it wasn't suicide, that his plane was hijacked.
Correct.
By somebody. And then that's when he crashed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a murder. Murder? Hijacking?
Not sure if it qualifies as murder.
Something not good.
Something that's not suicide.
It's just murder.
Just murder.
Right.
Look. There's coffee. Oh.
Hey!
Is that the hijacker?
What kind of fool hijacker hides himself in a damn coffee table?
Also, he's dead.
Yeah.
If this is your apartment, then who is Conrad?
What is this, the idiot brigade? Hello?
Oh.
So it was the hijacker then.
Do you like pie?
Be criminal not to like pie.
Ew.
So then we go back to the apartment. Ned finds out that Chuck and Conrad had coffee, and he's got a really good puppy dog face.
Yeah. I can say he gets jealous.
And but then they find out that they smell something weird,
Yeah.
and they open up this chest, and there's another dead body.
Yeah.
And then we bring him back to life.
Yes.
And he was just relaxing, enjoying his daily prunes. And then a plane came in.
Yeah.
Then killed him.
Yep.
But then we find out, and they think that he might be the hijacker, but he's not. And his name is Conrad.
He's the real Conrad.
He's the real
He
Conrad.
even says it on his shirt.
So the guy that we were talking to
Is the fake Conrad.
and a hijacker.
And a hijacker.
And with Chuck.
Irredeemable.
Meanwhile, in our B plot,
I don't know where that came from.
What's gotten into you?
What's gotten into you?
What had gotten into both of them was their niece's homeopathic pie.
She needs to fulfill her destiny and deliver that message. A bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage.
Poetic.
And once we fix Pidge, we can celebrate by taking a trip to the pie hole. It's a nifty spot with lots of interesting folks. You never know who you might run into.
With that,
Why would we go out for pie when you just brought us one?
I'll think of a reason.
while Olive Snook considered how to
you
get
got wrong.
Lily and Vivian, and Olive was doing her best to reignite it.
Brackets.
Brackets. Ribbon. Ribbon.
Bejeweler.
Bejeweler. Must have been all kinds of horrible for you when Charlotte left.
She didn't leave. She died.
And no amount of sand or thread or little marble ice will...
I should have picked that a wing.
Can I do the last bejewel?
I already did it.
What do you think, Pidge?
And while Olive, the aunts,
Does
and
it
Pidge
actually work?
looked forward to the next step in their
How does wing
journey,
replacement? Does that...
another journey had reached
Olive is at Lily and Vivian's with the pigeon who they named Pidge. And in order, apparently Pidge lost her wing
Yeah.
in the attack, so they're trying to get her a new wing, which I don't know how that works.
It works. Don't question it. Don't question it.
So they decided to make her a new wing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like also like trying to help them deal with like the death of Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
And basically saying like make a little birdhouse in your soul, and then you can go to it when you're ready. And I think that Vivian's a bit more open to it, and Lily's just kind of like Vivian's a bit more like optimistic.
Yeah.
And then Lily's like, meh. I love them both, but she's the one who has like a nice eye patch flashlight.
That's pretty cool.
And a bejeweler.
Yeah, the bejeweler is very important.
And we also find out that one of their bird's eyes, they taxidermy it hence. Although apparently they had a peacock.
Apparently, yeah, sure, why not?
Or they just bought a taxidermy peacock.
I'm sure it was once an alive peacock.
For some reason, like, the thing with me, I don't know if I managed to see, but like, I hate taxidermy. Like, the idea of it skeeves me out.
Yeah.
For some reason, the show doesn't bother me that much. I think it's because it's so in the background.
Right.
Like, the other times I've seen it, it's like very prominent. Or like
Yeah.
I've seen it in real life, and I'm just like, nope.
Don't go to Cabela's then.
What's Cabela's?
That's the honey fishing store.
I live in a liberal area.
Yeah, hey.
Do you still have a Cabela's near you now?
No, I was never near me. I always had to like drive.
I thought it was close to you. That's why you knew what it was, and I never knew what it was.
No, we just drive there. It was like it's a pilgrimage, but now I'm a little further away from it than I was before.
Is that a good thing for you?
It's a better thing for me.
Okay, good.
Everything that represented me as a human being was in there.
I have to start over.
I lost
It's
everything
so
once.
sad, isn't
And you
it?
know
A
what?
plane fly into your living room. Was that your boyfriend back there? The one who took a step back to let you fall?
He didn't let me fall. It was actually a very affectionate gesture in context.
Yeah.
If it was only the pie maker's hand. In that moment, Chuck was holding the pie maker's hand.
Aw.
It was the proximity that concerned the pie maker.
I gotta pee.
Get him!
Oh, you missed one trip to the morgue.
Fair. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh. I don't think he's that strong. But then back to the pie hole. Ned and not Ned. Chuck and the hijacker are talking, and he kind of like they're basically talking about like how when you don't have any more material possessions, like you can like start over or like be sad about it.
Right.
And he like takes her hand, and she like kind of is like I think she just wants the feeling. So then he says she's like, "Can you just like grab my hand again?" But I'm gonna close my eyes. And then she imagines it's Ned.
Yeah. And then for a brief moment, it is as if they're holding hands.
Except
even though
they're not.
because they can't.
And then suddenly Ned appears.
Yeah, and he's like, what the?
And then the hijacker's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. But he's actually going to run.
Yeah.
And then they get him. And then Ned's like pulling on his arm. And his arm pops off.
Yeah, so he don't got no
He's
arm.
missing an arm.
Yes, correct.
Yep. Anyway.
If you must know, I was pretending I was holding your hand.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Yeah. You got people? That's so neat.
Did you find out anything good?
Yes. And we're gonna need shovels.
Second, Ornan was an energy-based corporation known for several types of trading. Plastics, steel, and insider. The latter cost Lemuel his right hand.
It happens.
And then we cut to Ned and Chuck talking about the incident and basically like Chuck basically saying like what happened and like what she was doing. And then he's like, is that supposed to make you feel better? A little bit. I mean, it does.
Like a little bit.
But then Emerson finds out from his guys in the prison that the hijacker is named Lemuel Wenger. And he went to jail for embezzlement. And while he was shredding something, his arm got stuck in the shredder. Hence why he doesn't have an arm.
He was so worried about being caught shredding materials that he didn't realize his hand was going to get caught in the shredder.
And then in prison, he is named Lefty Lem by his cellmate Jackson Lucas. And they were jail buddies. And I guess it sounds like they were good friends. And Jackson Lucas was a diamond thief. And it sounds like they were good friends until he died. And then they needed to find... Because we find out that Lemuel's looking for the stolen diamonds.
Yes.
Freezer.
Gonna get paid twice by the feds when they give us the reward for kicking Lefty's ass back to the clink where he belongs.
Looking forward to that.
And gonna get paid thrice by finding Jackson's baby boot.
Are you mad at me?
Why would I be mad?
For holding someone's hand that wasn't yours.
Seriously. In a prison graveyard. That's where you're gonna have this conversation?
I would prefer a little more eyeball.
Just touch the damn thing.
No, wait.
For what?
A little dignity.
There we go.
Thanks.
Am I blind?
The good news is you're not blind. Bad news is you're dead.
Makes blind seem like a walk in the park, doesn't it?
When'd you bury your loot, Jack?
Ha! Why should I tell you?
Good karma. It's like currency in the afterlife.
What did you owe him for?
Keeping the fire alive.
All right, we got a windmill to find.
Let's
Chuck's
go find a
fire may
windmill.
not be alive as far as her aunts Lillian and Vivian were concerned.
They need to, dig up and find Jackson and figure out where the diamonds are, so then they'll find Lem. I'm just gonna call him Lem.
Yes, correct. Lem.
So they find his grave, and they see he doesn't look that decomposed, but his eyes are gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Chuck puts on some of her sunglasses, and then they bring him back to life, and then they say, you need to tell us where the diamond is for karma.
Right. For karmic reasons, so you can get into heaven.
And they find out that that he put the jewels in the windmill, in the Von Rowan windmill. So yay.
We have a location.
And then he told Lem where they were, where it was, like as like a thank you for keeping the fire alive. I wonder what that means. Anyway, we're going to a windmill.
Yay! What a strange and bizarre and quirky location.
Is she dead?
Lefty Lem has officially taken the lead.
Well,
Maybe your finger needs a new battery. Well, let me try. He did it.
I must have dozed off again. Can I help you?
Why did they send it to Nam? Do the Vietnamese need windmills?
Norm, National Area of Retired Mills.
Von Rowan
Norm.
has been preserved
Norm.
for an historical landmark. I have a map here.
Nah, that's narcoleptic. Necrophilia is the other one.
Armed with a new plan, the pie...
Well, we have to go to this like windmill keep place.
yeah, the place that knows where all the windmills are.
Yeah. So we go there, and it looks like the woman's dead, but she's just a narcoleptic.
Which is a really funny callback to the first episode.
Yeah.
With like the one conversation there, which is good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so then they wake her up, and they find out that the Von Rowan windmill has been retired to NARM.
NARM.
Which I forgot for the longest time what it was, but it's National Area of Retired Mills. I actually don't know if it's a real place.
Is it a real place? Can we look it up? Look it up. Look it up.
Yep. No.
Oh, no.
No, it's a TV. That's TV.
Ah. Darn.
Nope.
Not,
It's
not a real place.
Nope. That was on TV Next, so not a real place.
Not a real place.
But that's what we're going to NARM.
Yeah, we're going
And
to
not NAM.
Not Nam.
And then meanwhile, so they're going that way, and then meanwhile, Olive, Vivian, and Lily are like sitting at their house.
There was an incident. I read something that I shouldn't have, and then life went horribly awry. Lily never forgave me. She said she did, but she didn't.
Well, now I'm more interested in that story.
Let's put Paige back into her house.
Paige has left the building.
Bye!
Son of a bitch.
Wait, you forgot your message. Paige! Paige, wait, you forgot your message!
And then also Pitch starts flying away because she's got to get back.
She's got places to go.
To get the message, but they took the message out to help to like fix her wing.
Yeah.
So then Olive, Lily, and Vivian are also on their way. What could go wrong?
What could go? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Looking out
Would you
across
wanna live
the
in a
fields
windmill?
and hills, a beautiful woman named Elsie
Not sure I could quite do
waited
that.
for the man she loved to make her heart complete.
We'd like to photograph these premises for our 87th annual Mills of the Wind Paper County Collectors Calendar.
Where's your camera?
It's in the car.
You're lying. But I'm bored.
We should probably save her.
Probably. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be easier if you put the axe down then tied the rope? Honey, you really are a one-armed bandit. Your name's not McClappin, is it? As in the sound of one hand?
No.
Because names are destiny. You take a hostage like you tie your sneakers.
What is your problem?
Well, I was born into the life of windmillery. Are you gonna listen
There,
or are you
that's
gonna
enough.
keep knocking?
I'm listening. You sure it was the wind that you were waiting for?
Did you just say awaiting? Because if you were mimicking me, I would be out of these girly bows faster than a snake through a weave.
I wasn't thinking, and I apologize.
He's kind of a nice hijacker.
Right.
Well,
Aww.
Go back to your knocking.
It's adorable. It's like, is it like Stockholm Syndrome?
Might be.
I mean, it's her house. But meanwhile, we got to the windmill, and we meet a woman named Elsita. I don't know if you recognize the actress?
No.
Jayma Mays?
What's she in?
She's been in stuff. She was on Ugly Betty, speaking of callback.
Okay, very nice.
I know she was the main character on Glee. That's how. And then what else was she in? If you want to say movie-wise, she was in Epic Movie.
Oh, great. Did not watch Epic Movie.
Do you know what it is?
I know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
She's in the new Bill and Ted movie. Oh, she was in Paul Blart Mall Cop as well. She was a love interest.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's kind of like, she's been in stuff. I just find it nice with like Epic Movie, like the one good thing out of it, that's how she met her husband.
Ah. Well, good for her.
Something good.
Something good.
So she's there, and then Lem knocks on the door, and he's kind of polite. Because it's like, Larry's actually not really a murderer. I guess not a murderer.
I mean, questionable. Yeah.
But he comes in and he has an axe, and he says he's a photographer, but he doesn't have a camera.
Yeah. But and she's suspicious right away, but she's also bored, so she just lets him come in, which is like fair.
But then he ties her up with like shoelace knots.
Yeah, like doesn't actually like with like not real knots, but like little shoelace knots. It's really funny.
Yeah, and then like there's kind of like a spark between them.
Like a little.
Well, you can tell like she was born to the life of windmillery.
There's not a lot going on.
Not a lot going on, and she's tired of waiting. So it's kind of, I guess, kind of cute.
Sure.
Make a little birdhouse in your soul.
Because you have to.
Because you have to.
Because you have
Keep your eye on that bird.
It's a pretty big obstacle.
Not compared to our other problems.
We've got other problems? I'm gonna kill myself.
There's so much.
Can we not talk about this?
The answer to your query is yes.
No, actually, I want to talk about this.
Poor Emerson.
Let it go, but like the cat, it will come back.
And then we cut to Emerson, Chuck, and Ned in the car. Mm-hmm. And poor Emerson has to deal with their relationship.
Yeah, they're talking about relationship, and Emerson's just there. It's
kind of like, I think of like Chuck saying like, hey, we're like every other couple, instead of like, we don't have just one big problem and then nothing else. We have much smaller problems.
Yeah, right.
Before we get to the bigger problem.
Right.
Which is a big problem, but...
It is a big problem, but it doesn't mean they can't have other problems too.
Emerson's just like, next time we're taking 2 cars. So Lily, Vivian, and Olive arrive first.
Come on, Pidge! You can do it!
Also, their bow ties.
There's an breeze to help poor Pidge, which is kind
Like
of
the bows.
ironic given the surroundings.
Oh.
Her journey was almost complete.
What was that?
It's my bird. Hello? Can I get my bird back, please?
Your bird?
Yes, my bird. She's a carrier pigeon. She has a message and she has to carry it. It's what she does.
That's my message.
Aww.
Elsa.
Also, because they follow Pidge and then Pidge goes into the window.
Yeah.
And then Elsie just like, oh, that's my bird, and then immediately gets out of the ties. And he's like, no, that's my bird.
Yeah.
And they have this whole thing with like a message, and then they kind of stare at each other in like a longing look.
And then they realize
that there's a story behind this. So the story is...
That was a great story.
Did you like the story?
I thought this was fun.
Elsa was my mama.
Jackson was my prison bunkmate.
Is bunkmates a euphemism for...
Not in this case, ma'am.
There was a bitter chill in the air the night Jackson Lucas found refuge in the Von Rowan windmill. To preserve his dreams of one day owning an art gallery in Mexico, Jackson decided to bury his stolen treasure in the staircase of the seemingly abandoned property. Their love affair by correspondence. Letters sent to and fro with the help of her virtually untraceable carrier pigeon. Mm-hmm. Until the day Jackson knew he would no longer be able to keep his promise.
Put me the ropes in prison, but after a while, I started to develop.
A condition?
At least I thought it was Elsa.
But each letter was more beautiful than the last, and I found myself looking forward to them.
Your letters were beautiful too.
Aww, it's adorable.
Aww. People are dead.
She flew out the window after takeoff and went right through the propeller.
Pidge
See, it's Pidge's fault. It's fine.
Pidge.
What happened to the diamond?
Diamonds.
Aww. Ooh.
Nice.
Holy crap.
Holy crap.
Aww. I like this.
So Jackson Lucas, he was on the land for 5 days after he stole a bunch of diamonds because he'd been stealing diamonds because he had a dream of opening up an art gallery in Mexico.
Yeah.
I feel like there's easier ways to get the money for that.
No, that sounds about right.
Diamond stealing?
Yeah.
So then he hides it in the staircase, and then suddenly he sees like a vision of beauty, and it's this what's her name? Eloise? Elsa. I think that's also Jim. It looked like Jim is, but I don't. Yeah, it was her.
Yeah, it was same actress.
And she's got a little baby pigeon, and it's love at first sight. And then they kiss, and then the cops come in.
Yeah.
And he gets arrested. And I guess I assume at this point Alcida was born, or she got married without thinking about Jackson and had a kid.
It was just.
Well, she did for the next
child.
20 years. I don't know, maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows? But anyway. So then they're running back and forth to people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. It's great. It's all old music.
It's all old music.
And then once Elsa died, she on her deathbed, she told Alcida, you need to keep writing to Jackson because it's going to break his heart to find out that I died.
Yeah.
And then Jackson also, I guess, was thinking the same thing and told Lem about it.
Yeah.
So then they've been writing to each other back and forth.
He's keeping the fire alive.
Keeping the fire alive.
Mm-hmm.
And, but then as the letters kept coming, they were really liking, they were something to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, so there's that, and they're telling this to Vivian and Lily and Olive. And then they ask, like, where are the diamonds? And then we also find out that she's missing a leg. And
she also has a prosthetic. Yay!
And that's where the diamonds are.
Diamonds are inside.
Holy crap.
Wonderful. There they are. Got it.
So we're good.
We're good.
And again, like, Love's coming off as, like, a nice guy, even though he hijacked the plane. He didn't actually murder anybody, because it turns out Pidge got caught in, like, the something, and then that caused the plane to crash.
Yep.
So technically...
But his actions still did result in the death of 2 people.
Yes.
But he didn't, like, directly kill them.
And then meanwhile, guess who arrives? Chuck and Ned and Emerson. Which isn't good. And Olive's like, oh.
Let me handle
it. Cailin, who could it be?
This is gonna be hilarious.
Is it?
This is gonna be great.
Is it?
As Olive peeped through the peephole, it occurred to her
You know
that
who else
while
is
the
in that
carrier
house?
pigeon was safe inside the windmill, the same could not be said for the sitting duck currently waiting on the doorstep. She had grown fond of Lily and Vivian and could not bring herself to hurt them.
I thought they time and place.
Olive, if you know what's good for you, and I think you do, you'll give me 2 minutes.
What? What for?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you mind if we use the back door? I just wanted to take a peek at your garden on the way out. Thanks.
All right, so
the front door and back door are like 10 feet apart.
Let's do a nice quickie.
Do you remember before when I told you all the things I'd learned about you?
Jealous. Romantic. Jealous. I felt I had to say it twice.
Yeah, right. Well, now
I love
all the
Emerson.
things you learned about me.
Emerson didn't ask for
That way, if
this.
stuff happens.
But also kind of did.
Just remember the
He
list.
did. He's kind of scummy, but like...
Hand up!
Does that work? Just handcuff one.
She can do that thing that she wanted to do.
But she realized that it's going to really hurt Vivian and Lily, and she doesn't want to do that right now.
Right.
So then she quietly gets out and just says, like, she was making a pie delivery, says what the pie was, and Chuck's like, crap. And then she says, can you wait 2 minutes? And Chuck's, and they're like, what? Like, the guys are like, what? And Chuck's like, okay.
Chuck instantly knows. She knows what's going on
So
here.
they get out, and then the other ones barge in, hand up, and then Lem's arrested.
He's arrested.
Emerson gets paid.
Yep.
Vivian, Lily, and Olive drive away. The Lily thinks she sees Charlotte, which she technically does, but like we're gonna.
But she's not like 100%.
Yep.
We've been out since. Charlotte? No need to yell her name.
The pie maker and the girl he called Chuck marveled at love's power to conquer all obstacles. A lack of reciprocation, even death.
Your husband was a great pilot. He didn't kill himself. A pigeon did, by accident.
With
And you got a
Piggy's
pie.
help, the long-distance love affair of Lefty and Elsita continued to soar. You can always find a way to work around them.
They get a weird beekeeper sex. Okay, this is cute.
That's cute. But yeah, so that was that.
And then we end with a nice dance scene between Ned and Chuck, and they're wearing beekeeper suits so they can touch each
They're,
other.
like, all covered.
They're all covered.
So they can, like...
And he can catch her, and it's adorable.
It's very cute. It's very romantic. They're
So
a very cute couple.
That's the end.
That is end.
What'd you think?
I enjoyed this one.
It's so cute.
I really enjoyed this one. I thought that, like... Yeah, no, at the end with, like, the reveal of, like, the love story, I thought that was really cute. I liked how the ants had more to do this episode. So I like that they are still hanging in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like where we progressed. I will say though, the blue screen was so bad in this episode.
Oh,
it's so you can like see it so bad. I was like, I could probably key that better.
It's just like something that like I will also notice, like even like when sometimes like, they go up from like the buildings, you can tell.
It's really obvious. Yeah, it's really obvious. And I'm like, I know we're like working like, you know, like 15 years ago, but like still.
Working 15 years ago, and then also like I don't know how much of a budget the show got.
Yeah, but like sometimes it's like a little too obvious, and it feels like a little like I know it's supposed to, like I say, there's like a level of whimsy, like it feels there's like an illustrated feel to the you know, the show, but like sometimes I can just tell that you're on a blue screen because you just have blue particles inside of your hair.
I guess like for me, what kind of makes up for that is that like the makeup's really good,
Yeah.
like for like the dead people.
Right.
Like the glass thing looked really good.
Yeah, no, that's like really good, and that's great and everything, but like
blue screen.
But like I see your blue screen, like I see it, like I know, like it's right there, it's right there. So you know that takes me as a person who, you know, has to key things a lot out of it. But yeah, otherwise, that was pretty good, pretty good episode. I thought like there was like enough progression of things outside of like the procedural part, where like to keep me on board. With
Yeah.
it. So, yeah.
I like this episode a lot. It's one I go back to I would say like there's more that I go back to more frequently, but this one I will go back to. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
There's
it's
pie,
really cute.
there's pigeons, there's diamonds, there's weird love stories.
Taxidermy. It's pretty solid spread of things.
All right, you want some trivia?
Well, I'd love some trivia.
So the song that Chris and Shannon with Ellen Green are singing is harmonized on the 1990 They Might Be Giants song Birdhouse in Your Soul.
Huh.
In the scene where I forgot about this. It's a fun note. In the scene where Ned, Emerson, and Chuck are opening Jackson's coffin, when Chuck stops Ned from touching Jackson so that she can put her sunglasses on him, she says, "Wait a minute," and then touches his arm. But it should be noted where Ned is wearing a long sleeve, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it was like a weird thing that I saw on like IMDb, but I don't remember. Maybe I can look it up real quick. I literally looked up something and it's nothing to do with this. It was the thing with I think it was like a thing about the dead fruit and how it's kind of contradicted. Because when he brings back humans back to life, they still have like their injury, but then like when a fruit dies, it's just like, it's as ripe as it was.
Right.
But I'm like, but then the argument is that like, well, a human body might be more complex than fruit.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair. Even though, don't we share like 90% of our DNA with a banana?
Do we?
I don't know. Can we look at that? Wait, hold on. I searched human DNA, and the next thing that came up was banana. Google is listening. You share 50% of your... No, okay. But with bananas, share about 50... Okay. Oh, wait. Share 50% of the same DNA.
Okay, that's weird.
Interesting.
All right.
60%. 60%.
That's so weird. But we eat bananas. Does that mean cannibalism?
Maybe.
All right. Cultural references. The dead crow falling is a reference to Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, which is the first of many Hitchcock references.
Ah.
I might get to one later.
Oh, okay.
When Olive opens the curtains, she says, "A bird that stalks down his narrow cage can barely see through his bars of rage," is a quote from Maya Angelou's poem, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings.
Ah.
Ned says he could avoid having conversations about his and Chuck's many problems, but like a cat, it will come back. He's referring to an old folk song called The Cat Came Back, about a farmer who owned an ordinary cat that wouldn't leave because it kept coming back.
Interesting.
So, I really like this episode, and I think we're kind of close to halfway through the season.
Oh, dang, already.
So what are you feeling so far?
So far, I'm just like in it for the ride. Like I'm having a good time. I'm curious to see like I don't know. Like I want to know where we're going. Like I just want to know. I'm curious where we're going.
I guess like I'm kind of wondering like if you're going to be fully satisfied just because it was canceled.
Yeah.
I think with some stuff you're going to find out stuff, which is nice. Some stuff you're going to find out stuff. I'm good with words.
I understand what you're saying. I'm very curious. That's why I'm like opening, because there's not really any like this is kind of a procedural, so there's not any like myth arc stuff set up. There's not any like long,
which I think like for the last like few shows we've been doing, there's been a myth arc.
Yes, exactly. Like an overarching mystery of something. So like there isn't like right now or like yet or like ever ? So I'm trying to figure out like what I'm supposed to be like looking for. Right now I'm enjoying it. Like I'm here. I'm enjoying the ride. But I'm like,
maybe it's just a show you should enjoy and not think about sometimes. You like thinking about shows.
I sometimes I like thinking about things. I try to like find things. I try to like look for things that I can see now that will come in handy later.
Great.
So maybe I'll find something. Or not at all. The mystery continues.
Yes. All right, so we're not going to do a comment corner for this episode. So
we don't got comments.
We don't have a ton of comments. So leave your comments on our YouTube channel. And while you're there, subscribe and like this video and watch it.
Yeah, that preferably you would be watching it before you comment.
Yes, and if you want to just listen to us because you're in the car and you shouldn't be watching something while you're driving.
Yeah, please, no distracted driving, please.
We are on iTunes under Witty Close Productions, or is it First Reaction, one of them? First Reaction Man?
You can look up both and you'll find us.
So you can listen to us there and rate and subscribe and give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
And then also we're on Spotify under Witty Close Productions or First Reaction Fan Reaction, and you can follow us there. Spotify. I don't know if you can rate on Spotify, honestly.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Spotify. I don't use it.
Our social media, we have a Facebook, so you can like us there and leave a comment. We
share our post with your grandmother.
Yes, we have a Twitter. You can follow us there, tweet at us.
At Witty Close.
And I forgot to mention this, and most importantly, we do have a Patreon.
We do have a Patreon.
I forgot to mention in the last episode.
That's fine. Give us money.
Give us money. So that we can keep doing this and figure out a better, I don't know, if our space is fine, but so we're going to do more stuff, give you more content, because we love doing this so much and we missed it so much in our hiatus due to the end of the world.
Yeah, it's still ending. Like, it hasn't stopped it. Like, it's a long process. But I assure you, entropy is inevitable.
Yay.
Yay.
So give us money. There's no I think there's some Patreon cycles that we haven't actually fixed that up in a while, but I think once we build up enough patrons, we'll set up a full thing there.
Yes.
I'm willing to set up a full thing there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like those people deserve more content because
they do.
They do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But everybody deserves content.
Everybody deserves content.
It's nice when we get paid.
It's also nice.
We're starving artists, guys.
I'm especially me. I'm very hungry right now.
Me too. We should probably get some food.
Yo, can we get a snack or something?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. So join us for the next episode when we're talking about season 1, episode 5, Girth, and season 1, episode 6, Bitches.
Ooh. Oh, this sounds like a fun one. I'm excited.
Oh, you should be.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm scared.
For us, Witty Close, I'm Dara Whitman.
I'm Cailin Clother.
Peace.
Cute.
We did it.
We did it. That was cute.
Yeah.
Aw. That was cute.
You get added there, and then I will stop recording, and then we will talk about this episode.